When it comes to agriculture, more so the animal husbandry section, be it poultry, be it dairy cattle, be it goat farming, be it sheep farming, whatever, when it comes to livestock farming, the major challenges or the major challenge most farmers face in this sector is feeding. So in this video, I am going to teach you ways how you can reduce on the cost of production, especially on the feeding part when it comes to poultry business. Yes, because I have interacted with several farmers and their concern is about feeding. Most farmers come into my inbox, they talk to me and I ask a lot of questions to know the exact, to know the problem area. But I have discovered that the most challenging part when it comes to poultry is the feeding. Most farmers don't know actually how to keep their cost of production low. I have interacted with so many of them and they cannot actually give accountability how they feed their birds. They don't know which formulas to use. They don't know how much a kilogram costs for them. That is very, very terrible and it is very dangerous. See, if you don't know how much you buy 1 kilogram of feeds, that means you are in danger. You cannot thrive when it comes to poultry business. Yes, you have to count and know each and everything, especially the production part, so that you can keep your production low. Once you manage or once you play that game and keep your cost of production low, that means you are going to thrive and you make lots of money, because most of our profits go in feeding. Yes, the more you feed your birds from using expensive feeds, that means you are just feeding them on your profits, and at the end of the day you will not save any amount. So in this video, it's what I am going to teach you. So stick on the channel, do not go anywhere, because I'm going to teach you a lot of things. I am going to give you formulas which you can use in this video. Yes, a lot of formulations I have for you, cheap formulas that can help you to save way a lot of money in the long run, and you will come back and you will thank me later. Yes, so in this video, it's what I am going to teach. Guys, if you are new in this channel, please consider subscribing, and if you are my returning subscriber, I welcome you again in this video. Let's go on the board and we will see ways how we can reduce on the cost of production on our farm so that we can make lots of money. Yes, so guys, here is our topic of discussion: how to reduce feeding costs on your farm. Because this is the major challenge that most farmers face. You know it's your challenge. So if it's your challenge, stick on the channel, do not go anywhere, because if you just watch a part of it or half-baked information, you will not get that full information. But I want you to get the full information about feeding so that you can solve that issue on your farm. Even if you are not in agriculture, someday you may want to go into poultry, and these things will help you in the long run. So number one, how to reduce on feeding costs. Learn how to mix your own feeds. Yes, what do I mean by learning how to mix your own feeds? Most farmers just go and buy already mixed feeds from these feed stores. Once you go and buy ready mixed feeds, that means they are going to be very expensive for you. Yes, you buy maybe 1 kilogram at 1,500, 1 kilogram 1,700, 2,000, and you end up spending way much money, yet the feeds do not even have the required nutrients that you need, because you were not there when they were mixing them. So you don't know which exact raw materials they put into those feeds. So it is very dangerous for you to buy ready mixed feeds, because they are expensive for nothing. Yes, because these people are after making money. They don't care whether your birds eat, whether your birds grow or not, whether your birds lay eggs or not. For them, what they care is their profits. Therefore, they cannot give you quality feeds, because they are about making money. That means they will just make what we call quantity, not quality. And when it comes to feeding, we need quality feeds for us to have quality production. So that is point number one. Point number one, buy when prices are low. What do I mean? Bulk when prices, because this feeding price the feeds, the cost of production. So during sunny season, the prices tend to be high, and in rainy season during rainy season the prices tend to be high, and in sunny season prices tend to be low. So you have to know which season are the prices of maize low, because maize is our main ingredient that we need. So that means if the prices are low I am going to buy my maize and store it, yes, in bulk. Store it in your store so that when the prices hike, you will be good to go. You already have your feeds. So do not buy the feed. Do not wait to buy when the prices are high. Yes, when maize is at a low price, just buy it, store it. And when the prices are high for you, you will be, you will be on the safe side. That means you keep your cost of production low. So that is point number 2 on the way how you can reduce on the cost of production, especially the feeding part on your farm. Let's go to point number 3. Formulate your own feeding formulas. Yes, that aren't too expensive without even compromising the quality of feeds. What do I mean? You need to learn how to formulate your own feeds, because what I know, every farm have their own formulas they use on their farm to keep their cost of production low. So you should also learn how to formulate those formulas. Go ask other farmers, how do they formulate those formulas? Tell them to teach you, ask them to teach you how to formulate those formulas. But you are lucky today, I am going to teach you how to formulate those formulas. So stick on the channel. I am going to teach you exactly how you can go into about it. How can you formulate your own formulas which can work on your farm? Yes, once you formulate your own formulas, that means you will know the exact ingredients that you have mixed by yourselves, and you will also know the exact percentage that you need, more so when it comes to DCPO, digestible crude proteins, because it's what we need in our formulations. So you need to calculate those formulas and come up with the best formula which can work on your farm. So, but do not compromise the quality, because most farmers, what they do, they mix their own feeds, but they compromise on the quality of the feeds. You should not compromise when it comes to layers. You know, these layer buds, if you compromise on the quality of the feeds and they do not get the exact ingredients that they require them to lay, that means they are not going to give you production. You will not get eggs. Yes, they will reduce on the percentage, their laying percentage. If they have been laying in 90% and you just reduce on the quality of the feeds, that means they will reduce and go into 70%. And there you are not making anything. That means you have lost 20%, which is your profits. So be cautious about that. Be vigilant. Do not compromise, the quality of your feeds. Yes, you can formulate cheap formulas, but still they are quality. So that way you can also save. So point number 4, know how many grams you must feed your birds per day. What do I mean? Yesterday I was talking to one of my subscribers came into my inbox yesterday. So we discussed a lot of things. So she was in broilers, and she did not know how to feed these birds. So every day she was feeding them 175 grams per bird. Can you imagine? Yet they are still chicks, they are on chick mash, but she was feeding them 175 grams, meaning the cost of production is going to be high, because these chicks are not supposed to feed this much. These grams are supposed to be fed on by 3 birds, but only 1 bird was feeding it. That means she was giving them from morning 8 a.m. again 3 p.m. and again 7 p.m. So all of that, you're just wasting a lot of feeds. So this farmer ended up not making profits. Why? Because she did not know how many grams each bird should feed per day. So you should know that my chicks, 1 chick should feed these grams per day, and you should not exceed on that grams. Once you exceed on that gram, that means you are giving them your profits. The profits which you are supposed to keep, you are giving it to the birds to eat, and at the end of the day you will not make anything. By the time you will sell the birds, the cost of production will be very high. Yes, and you will not get back your capital. Why? Because you did not calculate and know how many kilograms each bird should consume per day. So that one is also very important. Point number 5, know how much a kilogram costs you. Yes, you should know how much a kilogram costs. Most farmers don't know how to calculate these things. They don't know how much a kilogram costs for them. For them, they just go to the shop, they buy feeds, maybe 100 kilograms, They tell them it's maybe 100,000. They just pay the amount. They don't know whether whether when you calculate them, the kilogram will cost for them like 1,500, 2,000. They actually don't know. They are just blank about that. You should know that I have brought 1 kilogram for 1,200, 1,300. You should know that. Once you don't know that, that means you are going to buy expensive feeds for nothing and they will not do anything for you. And at the end of the day, your cost of production is going to be way high. You will not make profits. My dear, this is commercial farming. When it comes to commercial farming, any coin matters. Anything that we put in matters a lot. Point number 6, have proper bookkeeping records. Yes, most farmers do not have records. How will you be able to know whether you are in profits or you are working on a loss? You should have proper bookkeeping when it comes to feeding. You should know that each day I am feeding my birds maybe 7 kilograms per day. You should write it down. But for you just feed them today, feed them 8, tomorrow 9, tomorrow 10, the following day 20. You don't know exactly. And when I ask you how much kilogram have you been feeding them per day, you cannot trace. Why? Because you don't have proper record keeping. And your farms are not going to grow. If you want your farm to grow, please follow these steps very well. There you will grow. Your farm will, it will thrive. But once you fail to analyze these issues, my dear, you are going to run on a loss. And at the end of the day, you are going to close your farm, which I don't want. I don't want you to close your farm. I want you to enjoy farming as possible. So let's go on point number 3. How formulate your own feeding formulas that aren't expensive but without compromising actually the quality. So I'm going to teach you how you can formulate your own formulas at your farm. Yes, when it comes to formulating the formulas, how do we formulate them? First and foremost, you need to know which ingredients do we need for our birds to give us production. You have to know that you need what we call a balanced diet. Balanced diet is very important. Balanced diet. This is very important. Birds will not give you production without giving them balanced diet. Yes. So what are the ingredients, or what are the nutrients that makes up a well-balanced diet? What is a balanced diet? Balanced diet is a meal that contains all food values in their right amount. See, that is what we call a balanced diet. And these are the food values that we need. Number 1, we shall need carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. These are carbohydrates. What is the use of carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are used for energy. Yes, our birds will need energy. So these are energy giving foods. And the end product of energy, because when you eat energy, for example, posho, what is the end result? Is glucose, which later forms energy. So energy is for carbohydrates. What is another food value do we need in our balanced diet? We shall need proteins. Or proteins, depending on where you studied. For me, I call it proteins, but for you can call it proteins. Okay, so proteins. What is the end product of proteins? So proteins help in body growth. So that means, what do I mean? When it comes to proteins, most of your birds are not growing. They are on what we call standard growth. They are not growing actually. Most farmers come into my inbox. They ask, why my birds are not growing? I don't know what's going on. The problem is on feeding most of the time, because I told you there are 3 major factors to consider when it comes to poultry business. We consider genes or genetics. You may have the best genes, but feeding is also important. You may have the best genes, but when your feeding is not good, that means these genes or breeds are not going to perform very well. Even if you have broilers, even if you have layers, they will not perform. Why? Because the feeding is not okay. So you have to know which things are you feeding your birds? It is very important. Feeding is major factor when it comes to production. Also, another major factor when it comes to this business is management. Yes, you may have the best genes, you may have the best feeding, but the management is poor. It's very poor. So you need to know what is the right time to feed your birds, because most farmers keep on changing. Today they feed them at 6 a.m, tomorrow they feed them at 8 a.m, tomorrow they feed them at 10 a.m. So all of that is management. You have to know. Also, you have to know that, my birds, I should protect them from diseases. Once your birds get diseases, that means they are not going to perform to the best, even if they are good breeds and good feeding. So when they have diseases will make them to, they will slow their immune system and they will not grow. So make sure that you are disease free on your farm. You don't have diseases. So if you have diseases, there is no growth and production is very low. So proteins, we are on balanced diet, guys. Remember, we are formulating our formulas. I told you how to reduce cost on your farm is to formulate your own feeding formulas that are not too expensive but without compromising the quality of your feeds. This is what I am going through, it's what I am teaching you, how you can formulate your own feeds, how you can formulate your own formulas on your farm. But before you formulate your formulas, you need to know these things in details. You need to understand what a balanced diet is all about. In balanced diet, we need carbohydrates for energy. Your birds need energy. We need proteins for growth. Yes, your birds are not growing because they lack proteins. Yes, without proteins, they are not going to grow. That's why most people ask me, but you are preaching the gospel of local birds, but local birds are not growing. How will they grow when you are not feeding them? They are on free range system. They go outside to look for food. They eat 20 grams a day, 15 grams, from these insects around. And they cannot grow. Why? Because they lack proteins. How will they grow? But when you bring these, when you bring the birds from outside Uganda, foreign birds, layers, broilers, for that you provide them with nice feeds. That's why they perform. Why? Because they have good care, they have good feeding, they have clean water. But our local birds do not have clean water, do not have access to food. They don't have even access to proper housing. They sleep outside, they sleep on trees. How will they really grow? How will they really give you production that you need? You cannot milk a cow that you are not feeding. If you want milk from a cow, you have to feed it very well so that it can give you milk, okay? So same on our local chicken. They can give you the production that you need. Local chicken at 3 months, they can be sold. They can weigh 3 kilograms at 3 months. When you are feeding them like the way you feed your, these commercial birds that you buy from outside. Yes, this local chicken can also, at 4 months, local chicken can give you eggs. Yes, if at all it's well fed, the way how we feed these layers, it can also do the same. But they are not growing because they are not getting what we call a balanced diet. How will they grow? So you need proteins for growth. Another nutrient that we shall need vitamins or vitamins. Vitamins. These vitamins, what is the use of vitamins in our poultry birds? It boosts immunity. Boosts immunity, yes, because even if we feed them very well without good immunity, when the birds are not healthy, that means they are not going to grow. But if we give them vitamins, that means our birds are going to be healthy always. They will not have diseases, because diseases makes our birds to be on the standard growth. They make our birds not to grow. When they have diseases, they are not giving you production that you need. So we need vitamins to always keep them healthy. Point number 4, food value number 4, we shall need minerals. Minerals. These help in what we call metabolism. What do I mean by metabolism? Digestion. Yes. So we need minerals to help in digesting these food values, carbohydrates and proteins. So we shall need minerals to help us in metabolism. Why? Because in digestion, when it comes to digestion, you have so many enzymes in the body which helps in food absorption, whatever. So also the birds need minerals that can help them in the metabolism or digestion of food. Without these minerals, that means the feeds will not be broken down completely. So we need those enzymes through these minerals. They help to break down that food so that we can get the exact nutrients that we need from those feeds. So here in metabolism or minerals, we shall need phosphorus, we shall need zinc, etc. and so many other minerals. So these are the nutrients that we need in our balanced diet. Yes, these are the nutrients we need in our balanced diet. So having known about the balanced diet, now let's go to the ingredients that we need when it comes to formulating our feeds. What are the ingredients that we need? Yes, number one, we shall need maize bland. In other countries they call it blanny, maize blanny. Yes, what is the use of maize bland? Maize bland lies under carbohydrates. So these are energy giving food, energy. And also we shall need broken maize. So what is maize bland? Actually, maize bland is a byproduct of maize. It is a layer, that first layer when they are making, when they are making posho, they remove that first layer from the maize and we call it maize bland or brani. So we shall need also broken maize. What is broken maize? It is maize that is broken down, whole maize. They put it into a machine and it breaks it down into particles or So broken maize is also energy giving food because these are carbohydrates. It is also for energy. Our bodies will need energy. Point number 3, ingredient number 3 that we shall need soybean. Yes, we shall need soybean. It is not this exactly soybean, but it is the same soybean, but this one we call it soybean cake. It is caked soya. So it is mainly for animal feeds. So soybean, this is for proteins, soya lies in bean, in the classes of beans, whatever. So legumes, these are legumes, and legumes are protein giving foods like beans, groundnuts, whatever. So soya is protein. Our bodies needs protein for growth. Ingredient number 4, we shall need fish, or what we call fish meal. Also, that fish gives us protein. It is also for protein. Ingredient number 5, we shall need concentrates. Now, when it comes to these concentrates, these are commercial concentrates. They are on market. We have too much of them. We have a lot of concentrates, Jubail, Hendrix, Intraco, Kafika, whatever, so many of them. So, cow dyes, whatever. So, concentrates, they have proteins, and minerals. Yes, they have minerals, like phosphorus, zinc, whatever. So, they have a lot of minerals in them. That's why you need them in your feeds. So ingredient number 6, we shall need lime or calcium. Call it calcium. Calcium is a mineral. So what does calcium help? Calcium helps us for strong bones. Yes, strong bones. Our bodies need to be strong. If they don't have calcium in their feeds, that means they are going to be weak. They will be weak bodies. They will not perform to the best. So you need calcium for strong bones. Okay. Point number 7, or ingredient number 7, we shall need sunflower. What does sunflower help us? It's going to reduce or to regulate on the fats more so in laying birds. You shall need sunflower because it regulates on fat levels in our birds. We don't want our birds to be very fat, because once they become too fat, they will not perform to the best. They will not give us production that we need. Therefore, we have to reduce on their fats by mixing our feeds with sunflower. in laying birds. But if you have broilers, do not put sunflower, because broilers, we need them to go at the end of 1 month, 2 weeks. So for them, we need them to be fat, yes, so that they can weigh, much. So do not put sunflower in broiler feeds. Now these are the ingredients that we need to mix up so that we can make a well-balanced diet. Yes, without these ingredients, you cannot make a balanced diet. Now we have understood that. Again, before we formulate our own feeds, we need to know how many DCP, or what we call digestible crude proteins. Digestible crude protein is in these raw materials. You have to know DCP that is in these, all the minerals, because without DCP you cannot formulate a well-balanced diet. It is impossible. All we need is DCP in all these ingredients, because energy is very easy to get, whatever, but DCP is very expensive. That's why the feeds are expensive. Why? Because proteins is the one that makes it expensive. Protein is very expensive, and our birds, that is the main ingredient that they need so that they can grow, so that they can lay eggs. Remember, eggs is 95% proteins. That means the bird will need proteins for it to form an egg for you. Yes, without protein in their feeds, they cannot give you eggs. Even if you give them maize bland or broken maize alone and water, it will not give you eggs. Why? Because the feeds are lacking what we call digestible crude protein, or protein in it. So there is a percentage of protein our birds will need on each stage. So when we are formulating these feeds, we are targeting that percentage of DCP, digestible crude protein. Yes, so these things, they are already formulated by what we call nutritionists, people who make research on food, which is food values, whatever. So the percentages I'm going to give you are absolute. They do not change. You have to cram them. They are already formed. For example, when it comes to mathematics, pi, area of a circle, is equal to pi r squared. That means it is absolute. It will not change. They will teach this for decades. They have been teaching it way back. So it will not change. Archimedes' principle, they will not change. What you call? There are so many principles. Gravitational principle, that when you throw a stone up, it will come down. That means it was tested. And it is absolute. You cannot change it. You cannot, you cannot challenge it. Even if you go to America, they teach the same, that when you throw a stone up, it comes down by gravitational force. It was tested and confirmed that it is right. Same as these nutrients that I'm going to give you the percentage of DCP. They are already established them, and they will not change. They confirmed them through laboratory research. Yes, same as you say, area of a triangle, length times width, it will not change. It has been there for decades. Also, same here. That means maize bland has 70% DCP, digestible crude protein. That means in maize bland you will find 7% digestible crude protein. How about broken maize? In broken maize you will find 8.23% digestible crude protein. Yes. How about soya bean? In soya, it is 45% DCP proteins. How about fish meal? It is 55%. So fish is the most meal with proteins. Yes. How about concentrates? Now, when it comes to concentrates, these concentrates are made by different companies. They are in percentage also. There are those in 5%, 20%, 30%, 35%. Now these percentages all indicate what we call DCP, digestible crude proteins. Yes, DCP. Calcium, this one does not have, it is a mineral. It does not have DCP in it. How about sunflower? Sunflower has 35% digestible crude proteins. Also, other farmers will put cotton, whatever, in their feeds. Cotton also has 35%. If at all you want to put it in your feeds, it has 35% as well. So now, having known this percentage, You have to cram them in your head or write them down, because they are absolute. They will not change. They will remain relative. Oh, yes, because they are tested and confirmed it to be true. Now, let's go and formulate our own feeds depending on that DCP percentages. Yes. So when we are formulating our feeds, guys, remember we have 3 major stages our chicken go through. Actually, there are 4 stages, but I will consider 3 because the first stage is what we call the pellet stage. Okay, let me write down for you. Remember, we are formulating our own formulas. Yes, I am teaching you how you can formulate your own formulas. You can use my formulas or you can formulate yours. Yes, because if I can formulate mine, why not you? That means you can also formulate yours and it can work for you. Very nice. As long as you learn these things, that means you will be able to formulate your own formulas. Yes, I don't want you to despise yourself. You too can. You can come up with a formula, very good formula for you, and it can work for you on your farm. So now, these are the stages our chicken go through. Stage number 1 is what we call pellet stage. Stage number 2 is chick and duck mash stage. Stage number 3 is what we call growers stage. Growers stage or growers mash. Stage number 4 is what we call layers mash. Layers. This is for laying birds. Layers mash. Now, on each stage, our birds will need a certain percentage of DCP, digestible crude proteins. Remember, I told you that the main ingredient that we are looking for is what we call DCP, digestible. Let me write it in full. DCP in full is called digestible crude proteins or proteins. This is the main ingredient, digestible crude proteins. Yes, it is the main ingredient that we need in our formulation. Now, having known that we have 3 major stages, this pellet stage is between day 1 to day 7. But you find most farmers, the mistake they do, they give their birds pellets until these birds reach at stage 1 month. They keep on giving them pellets from day 1 to 1 month. That is just, it's for nothing, guys. It's only 1 month is enough. 7 days is enough for them on pellet stage. They are just eating your money because these pellets are expensive. 1 kilogram of pellet costs 4,500. So if you want to convert it into dollars, you just divide by 3,700, and you get to know how much it costs in dollars. So it's very expensive because $1 costs 3,700 Ugandan shillings. So this one I'm calculating for those who are outside, who are watching me from outside, maybe South Africa, Kenya, whatever. So $1 will cost 3,700 Ugandan shilling, for your own information. Yes. So it is very expensive for nothing. Just give them for 1 week pellets, and after pellets we go to chick mash. So in chick mash, your chicks will feed on chick mash from week 2, that is day 80 to week it's what? How many days are there? From day 8 to 2 months. So you just calculate the days in between there. Yes. So from day 8 to 2 months. So those are like 60 days minus 8. We shall get around 32 days. Yeah, 32 days for chick mash from day 80 to 2 months. Those are chick mash. Now from chick mash 2 months, we go to grower stage. From grower stage, we feed them from 2 months to 4.5 months if they are going to be laying birds. If at all you are raising laying birds, maybe layers, whatever, they are going to be laying birds. So from 2 months to 4 months and a half. So from 4.5, we're expecting them to start laying our eggs. So these are the stages. Now, another stage is what we call layers mash. Yes, layers mash starts when our birds start laying. 5% of them start laying. Once your birds start laying 5% of the flock, that means you have to change to layers mash, but we change gradually. We don't change it at once. That one I will teach later in my video, because most farmers also do a mistake and your birds stop laying, because once they see a first egg, they change immediately. That is a brave mistake you are doing. Do not change your layers mash immediately. No. Okay, let me also explain it to you. Now, when your birds start laying, 5% of the flock, 5% is laying, because you have to collect the eggs. But once you reach 5% that day, because they will start laying 2% today, tomorrow 3, another day 4, until they reach 5%. Once you calculate the eggs and they are in 5%, that means you have to change to layers mash. But that one we change gradually. Gradual. Do not change abruptly. What you do, you change abruptly. Once you see one egg, hey, tomorrow you just go to your feed store, my birds start laying, give me layers mash. No, that is a brave mistake. That means your birds will decrease on laying. They will take another 2 weeks without laying. If at all you change if at all you change them abruptly. Yes, these birds are so sensitive when it comes to feeds. So what you are supposed to do, because they were used to growers mash, what you do, you just mix like this. 70% grower the first day, 70% growers mash, 30% layers mash. That is how you are supposed to mix them. This is day 1. Day 1. Day 2. Day 2, we just mix 50% grower and 50% layer. They will be, they will get mixed, they will get used to the feed, because you are not changing it abruptly. You just change gradually. So day 3, you just mix 70% layers mash and 30% grower. Now day 4, you just mix 100% layers mash. They will not sense that there is a change in the feeds, because you have been giving it gradually. So that is how we change our birds from growers mash to layers mash. But if you don't follow this, that means your birds will reduce immediately, will stop laying. Yes, they will reduce. If they have reached 5%, they will drop to 1%. Yes, immediately, and it will take 2 weeks for them to pick up, so that they can digest these new layers mash in their digestion. Yes, so they will not lay, and you are just losing money. If at all they take another 2 weeks, you are feeding them and they are not laying. That means it is money that you are losing, guys. That's why I teach you these things. So now our time is fast spent. It's now 38 minutes. I don't know if you will watch it, but for me, let me just teach and leave it there. If you want to watch, you just watch. If you don't want to watch, it's okay. So those who are interested will keep on watching. So now let's go. On this stage we shall not mix pellets. Why? Because pellets, we bring them when they are already mixed. They are they are crumbled already. They are in bagia form. So for that one we shall not mix it. They are already mixed feeds. They are already made. They are crushed by the machine and they are ready feeds. We go to chick mash. Now when it comes to chick mash, you need to know how many percentage DCP do we need for our chicks. Now on chick mash, our birds will need 18 to 21% DCP in their feeds. Yes, this is the percentage they will need. From 18 to 21%, that is the percentage they will need. That is the maximum they will need. So you have to mix your feeds between that range, at least from 15% to 21%, in between there, it is okay. So you need to know that. You need to mix your feeds in that way. So when it comes to chick mash, these are the ingredients that we will need. Number 1, we shall need broken maize. Broken maize. 2, we shall need 20% broiler concentrate. See, yes, here we shall need broiler concentrate. Do not use layers concentrate. Why? Because our birds are not laying. We need broiler concentrate so that they can boost. You know, these broiler concentrates are very good. They boost our birds. So we shall need 20% broiler concentrate. Understood? Hope you understand. Okay, so broken maize, let's mix 60 kilograms, 60 kgs. How about concentrate? Let's put 25 kilograms. Number 3, let's put soya bean. Let's put 15 kilograms. And ingredient number 4, let's put salt, 1 kilogram. Yes. So let us calculate the DCP that is in our feeds, digestible crude protein. We need to know the DCP that is in these feeds. So that is, remember, our broken maize has 8.23 in it. So that is 80.23 divided by 100. Remember, it's a percentage times 60 kilogram that we are mixing. You want to know how many DCP that is in 60 kilogram that we are mixing times 60. So that is 8.23 divided by 100 times 60. So it has 4.9. So that is 5. You just round off and get 5%. So that means our 60 kilogram has 5% digestible crude protein. How about 20% broiler concentrate? This 20% means the digestible crude protein, it is 20%. The protein is 20%. So that means 20 divided by 100 times 25 kilograms that we are mixing. 20 divided by 100 times 25. So it is 5%. How about soya? We say that soya is 45% divided by 100, which is a percentage, times 15. We want to know the DCP that is in 15 kilograms. So 45 divided by 100 times 15. So that is 7%, because it is 6.75. We round off and get 7. So you add them together. All these add. We add them. So 5 plus 5 plus 7. We get 17. So that means 17 divided by, now we add all these kilograms together. 60, 25, 15, 1. So that means 60 plus 25 plus 15 plus 1. We shall get 101. So we divide by, that is 17, the total of our percentages, 17 divided by the total number of kilograms, which is 101, times 100%, because we are converting into a percentage. So our DCP is 16.8, which is 17%. 17% DCP. So this is our digestible crude protein, which we have mixed. So our feeds has 17% DCP. It is very good. That means our feeds are very rich. Yes, they are very rich in proteins. So that is formulation for chick mash. You just have to formulate your own feeds depending on the DCP that you need. Yes, depending on the DCP You can formulate around 12%, 13%, 14%, depending on the DCP. Let's go to another formula. Now let's go to growers mash. We have finished chicken duck mash. This one we have already mixed, or we have already formulated. You have learned how to formulate. That means you can also formulate your own formula in chicken mash, as long as you understand, you know, the DCP percentage, calculating DCP. That means the rest is very easy for you to formulate your own formula. Let's go to growers mash. Growers mash. Now, on growers mash, we shall need 16 to 18% DCP. Yes, so we shall need 16 to 18% our digestible crude proteins. So this is our formulation that we are going to use, or that I'm going to give you. We shall need maize bland, or we called it brani. So that one we shall need 60 kilograms. We shall need broken maize. Here we shall need 20 kilograms. We shall need 20% broiler concentrate. 20% broiler concentrate. See, so here we shall need 10 kilograms, 10 kgs. Another requirement, we shall need soya bean or soya cake. Here we shall need 10 kilograms of soya. We shall need fish meal. Here we can use sprout or engage sprout fish, because nowadays silver fish is expensive, and you know it's rare, so it's not there nowadays. It's very, very rare, and it's very expensive for nothing. We can use engage, what we call a sprout fish. Here we shall need 10 kilograms of sprout fish. So we shall need lime as our mineral. Lime is 10 kilograms, and also salt is also a mineral, 1 kilogram, because salt contains minerals like sodium. Yes, so salt, lime, fish, soya, 20% broiler concentrate, broken maize, bland. These are our ingredients. Now let us calculate the DCP. We see how many DCP is in our formulation. We need to know the exact digestible crude protein that is in our formulation. Yes, you don't just mix feeds and leave it like that. You have to know exactly what you have mixed up. Once it does not have the exact DCP that we need, that means it is a long formula for you. Yes, it will not work for you. Once the protein is not enough, that means this formula cannot work for you. And for you, what you do when you go to these feed suppliers, you just buy ready mixed feeds and you don't know the DCP that is in them. That means they give you feeds which are even below 10% DCP, and they're expensive for nothing. Yet you don't know actually which percentage of digestible crude protein is there. But for us, when we are formulating our own formulas, we calculate them and we know exactly that I am feeding my birds on 15%. I am feeding them on 14%. So you have to know that. So broken maize, we said it has 8.23%. Divided by 100 times 60, because you want to know exactly how many percentage is in 60 kilograms that we are mixing. So 8.23 divided by 100 times 60, that means it is 5%. Let me write it here. It is 5%, which is in our 60 kilograms. How about, oh, sorry, this is bland. Sorry, let us mix it again. I just calculated for broken maize. It is bland, maize bland. We said maize bland is 7 divided by 100. 7 divided by 100 times 60. Sorry, I just read like maize broken maize, but it's supposed to be maize bland. So 7 divided by 100 times 100. So it is 7%. DCP, that is a maize bland. How about broken maize? Broken maize is 8.23 divided by 100 times 20 kilograms. Yes, 8.23 divided by 100 times 20. So it is 1.65%. How about 20% broiler concentrate divided by 100 times 10 kilograms? So that is 20 divided by 100 times 10. It is 2% that is in our 10 kilogram of broiler concentrate, 20%. How about soya? Soya is 45 divided by 100 times 10. Yes. So it becomes 4.5%. How about fish? We say that fish has 55% divided by 100 times 10. So it becomes 55 divided by 100 times 10. It becomes 5.5. Lime does not have DCP and salt because these are minerals, so they do not have digestible crude protein Z. Yes. Now what is next? We add all these together. Add them together. We add 5.5 plus 4.5 plus 2 because we want to know the total number. 1.65 plus 7, and we get 20.65. So that means 21. You just round off, so it becomes 21 in total. So now, having got our total is 21 here, 21, let me write it here, 21. So you add all the kilograms that you are mixing, add them together. That is 60 plus 20, that is 80, plus 10, 90, plus 10, 100, plus 10, 110, plus 10, that is 120, plus 1, 121 kilograms that we are mixing together. Now, having known the total of kilogram, that means we shall get our 21, the percentage here, 21, you divide by the total number of kilograms that we are mixing is 121 times 100%, because we are converting into percentage, times 100. We shall get 17.35. So that means 17.4%. 17.4%. This is our DCP. You see? So we need 16 to 18. That means our DCP is 17.4. Our birds will grow very fast. Yes. Is within a shortest period of time, they will be ready because the percentage is good for them to grow. Remember, we are looking for DCP in all our formulations. So that is growers mash. Finished growers mash. You can formulate your own feeds or your own formulas if at all you learn that. So now we shall go to layers mash. Layers mash. Layers mash. Layers mash. Now when it comes to layers mash, what you need to know is that in layers mash, we shall need also 16 to 18%. Yes, 16 to 18%. Now, when it comes to layers mash, here we shall need broken maize, bland, and bland should be mashed. Yes, should be mashed, or way higher than the broken maize. Why? Because the broken maize makes our birds to become big, and we don't want these birds to become too big. Once they become too big, they will not lay. They will not give us good eggs for us. So we shall give them, the minimum broken maize. I'll give you a simple formula here. Let's mix it. Bland, 400 kilograms of maize bland. Broken maize, BM. Let's mix broken maize. We shall mix 200 kilograms. Let's put fish, or what we call sprout fish, engage 120 kilograms. Let's put sunflower, because now we need sunflower on this stage. Yeah, in chick mash and growers mash we don't need sunflower, but here we shall need it. Why? Because we need to regulate fat levels of our laying birds. We don't want them to become too heavy or too fat. Once they become too fat, they are not going to give you production. Yes, why? Because the fat layers will be on the, on that area, the navana, we call it what? The ovary. So the fat levels will cover the ovary where the eggs are formed and your birds will not lay. So we don't need fats. We shall put sunflower, 40 kilograms of sunflower. 40 kilograms. We shall need also to put cotton. Cotton gives us some fats. Yes, because we want also our birds to have some fats, a bit of fats. But once we put fats, again we shall put sunflower to regulate that fat so that we can have moderate of it. We just have moderate. So we put fats, cotton, 25 kilograms. Once we put cotton, that means it will be followed by sunflower to regulate these fats again. You understand, yeah? So we shall need also salt. We shall need 3.5 kilograms, 3.5 or 3.5 kilograms of salt. We shall need lime. Here, we shall need 50 kilograms of lime. Now, let us calculate the DCP, digestible crude proteins, and know how many DCP do we have in our formulation of layers mash. Yes, as usual. So, 7, it is 7, this is bland. 7 divided by 100 times 400 kilograms of maize bland. 7 divided by 100 times 400. So we shall have 28%. So that means 28% is the one that is in 400 kilograms. Kilo binamulimu 28% of proteins. How about broken maize? 8.23 divided by 100 times 200. So that means 8.23 divided by 100 times 200 kilograms. We want to know the DCP that is in our 200 kilogram. So here we shall have 16.5%. How about fish? We said that fish is 55 divided by 100 times 120 kilograms, which we are mixing. Yes, 55 divided by 100 times 120. So that is 66%. How about sunflower? We say that sunflower is 35% divided by 100 times 40 kilograms. 35 divided by 100 times 40 kgs. So that is 14%. How about cotton? We say that cotton is also 35% divided by 100 times 25. 35 divided by 100 times 25. So it will be 8.7, but we shall say 9. We just round off. How about salt? We said salt has no DCP, and also calcium or lime does not have DCP. Now this lime, you have to use brown lime, not white lime. White lime is only used on growers mash, but when it comes to laying birds, we give them brown lime. Don't make a mistake and give them white lime, okay? So brown lime. Now what next? We add them together, our percentages together. Then after we divide by this total number of the kilograms we are mixing, and then times 100%. So that means, let's first add them together. 28% plus 16.5 plus 66 plus 14 plus 9. We shall have 133. So make it, just round off here and make it 134. So it is 134. Let's write it here so that we don't forget it. Now how about our total kilograms? So we shall add them 400 plus 200 plus 120 plus 40 plus 25 plus 3.5 plus 50. So we shall have 727.5. Let me add them together. 400 plus 200 plus 120 plus 40 plus 25 plus 3.5 plus 50. Sorry, it is 838.5. So that is, you just divide. Remember our percentages total. You divide by 838.5 times 100%. Because we want to know exact DCP that is in the whole ingredients that we are mixing. We want to know when we combine them together to know the exact amount of digestible crude protein that we have. So 134 divided by 8.5 times 100. So that is our DCP. is 15.98, which is 16%, exactly 16%. So that is what we need. Guys, these are the formulation. Very easy, you can use them if you want. They can give you good production here at your farm, okay? And it is, you can save a lot of money when you formulate your own formulas. So, guys, this is the end of our video. And if it is your first time to be on my channel, do not forget to subscribe and also turn on that notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, you'll be number one to watch my videos. Do not forget to give me a thumbs up nail, and also do not forget to share my content with other farmers who want to enjoy or who want to learn these things. See you guys in my next video. See you. God bless you. Bye bye. Love you.